today I'm going to show you how to put together this cute little Valentine's Day village. It doesn't actually have so many pieces, but it is quick to put together. So make sure and check the description because it will have the time slots for you for each of these individual things. And of course, they're all available in my shop. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to put together my Valentine's Day village. We're going to start with the base. There are several pieces here. So this is the base of the Valentine's Day village. It's actually very, very simple, but I still felt like I needed to show it to you. So all you're going to do is, I like stick glue for a good portion of this project, but we're just going to put a little bit of glue on this heart pebble pathway. And all of these pieces can be found in all of my different shops. So for full listing, go to carinagardner.com. All right, we're just gonna glue that pretty simply. And then this piece is just gonna go wherever you want to on the path. So it's set up so that there is a little bit more room on one side. So I'm just going to glue all right, so when you're done with that, you're just going to let it dry and we'll move on to the next piece. Okay, so this is the Sweetheart House, and you can see that I've already glued most of the pieces together. I just want to show you how to build it. So for gluing, you can see that there are little window pieces, a door piece, and a bush piece. And then on the back, you're going to layer these white pieces. Of course, you can choose whatever color you want, but I just wanted to show you, you're gluing those down with stick glue. And then the roof has these little heart pieces that do need to be glued on. And that's it. And then you have a little heart chimney. So all we're gonna do is fold back these pieces. They're teeny little tabs up here at the top. And then you have tabs on these sides. Just like that. Okay, so I like to glue each of these tabs separately. And I am using hot glue because I just think it holds much better. Okay, so once you have all the sides up, so it's like a pretty little box basically, we're just gonna glue these two edges. Now don't worry if they don't meet in the middle because we're covering all of that up. So it's more important just to get the glue on these teeny tiny little tabs. And get this little roof base down. Okay, look how cute that base is. So then the roof, you're just gonna fold in half like this, and you're gonna put glue on either side of these roof pieces. And then just glue this down. It has a bit of an overhang on the front and the back, but once that is done, you're going to take this little roof chimney and just fold that piece back. And I'm going to use stick glue for this. You could use hot glue if you wanted, but I kind of want to have the ability to position it, and I'm just going to place it right there. That way if I needed to move it around, I could. Okay, so there you go. Look how cute that is. that is the sweetheart house. Okay, this is the heart flower. It's not a literal heart, but the little shapes of the petals are hearts. And what you're going to do is just finger press the petals in so they kind of come up a bit, just like that. And then I use hot glue for this. You could probably use stick glue and be fine. Try to off-center the petals just so you get a fuller flower, just like that. And then it doesn't come with a center because it's so tiny. Look how tiny that guy is. I am using a little pearl today. In the past, I haven't had success just sticking them on, so I do like to put a little dot of glue in the middle just to make sure it stays on. It is sticky enough that it wants to stick to my fingers though. Okay, so there's your little flower. It comes with 2 little leaves, which I also like to finger press. Sorry, all the hot glue is sticking to my fingers. There we go. So I'll finger press these 2. And you can use these all over the Valentine village, wherever you want. But I like to just glue them like this, and then glue the bottom of it to the flower so it's just connected like that. Isn't that sweet? It is very, very tiny, but so, so cute. Okay, this is the lovely house, and as you can see, I have also pre-glued all the pieces to the cottage, and then you have several roof pieces. I'm going to show you how to build that. So let's build the main part of the house by just, once again, using your score lines to fold everything into place. And then we're going to glue these side tabs first. Okay, now that I have that in place, once again, we're just gluing up these sides to get the main roof line on. Once again, it does not have to be perfect because we're going to cover it with a roof. Okay, so now we're going to put together the roof line. This is the front of this little house. Okay, so I like to fold this in half, and let's just layer these out so they are a little bit funny. So it's going to start with a pink piece on both sides. And I'm just going to continue to layer them like this. And you should start with a pink piece and end with a red piece at the top. The reason I do this is because I want to show you that you do want them layered like this. So you have to start at the bottom and work your way up top. So you're going to start like here, and you can use stick glue for this. If you wanted the tiling to stick out, you could finger press them, but I actually want mine flat. So I am just going to put stick glue right down there at the bottom and start this just overhanging a little bit. I mean, you're going to be fine no matter how you do it. I'm just going to throw a little more stick glue on and overhang this again. And then last one, fingers crossed it works out, because I did just guess. And it's close. You can see I have a little bit extra overhang. That's no big deal. That's why I use stick glue. Just push up a little bit. Some of these other layers, you might have to put a little more glue down, just because you can rearrange them better. If I'd hot glued this thing in, I would have been in big trouble. And I wish I could start from the top, but I just think it's too difficult. I'm just going to bring this one up a little bit more. Okay, so on the other side, I have a better idea of how to space them a little bit better. Isn't that so cute? Like, that shingle is darling. Okay, so I have a better idea of how to space them a little bit wider than I had previously. So I'm just going to start with the bottom and finish this up. Okay, once your roof is done, you're just going to let it overhang. And you can see there's quite a bit of overhang. If you didn't want as much overhanging your cottage front, I'm probably going to actually show it partially to the side, or you could put your door on the side. You could glue it that way, okay? So I've got a bit of an overhang, and that's okay. All right, gluing this in place. Dropping quite a bit of glue there. And in retrospect, there's a pretty good chance you're going to see this in the shop, and I will probably add a doorway on the sides here, just because you do have difficulty seeing the doorway right here. But it's still so, so cute. Okay, so that is your finished little lovely house. Okay, let me show you how to put together the trees. So these are so cute and fun. I like to fold up this piece right here, and then once again I use stick glue for this. And just place those hearts on the fold in the middle of that tree. Final one. Okay, so now to glue these together, you've got these folded in half, right? Just going to put a little bit of hot glue. You could use stick glue for this too. And press these pieces together. Make sure they match up really well. Almost like stick glue better, because then you don't get the bumps that come. And then here's this side, we're just going to put a little bit, I was saying the bumps that come from hot glue, if you know what I mean. We're going to put a little more hot glue here. Okay, so you can see how 3D it looks, like that. And it's nice because it should stand up for you. But we're going to glue it into place on the base, okay? So let's put together the little heart house. Okay, this one's a little trickier. You can see this is the front of the house, this is the back of the house right there. These are pieces that are meant to go like this. So we're actually going to glue these together first with stick glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. And try to center it. So that those little lacy pieces stick through. Oops, I think I glued it on the wrong side. I did. That's okay, because we're going to have glue on that other side too in just a moment. Okay, so those two pieces are done. I'm going to flip this over just because it has glue on it. Okay, so the base of the little house, you just fold like this, and then you're going to want hot glue for this, and there is some maneuvering that goes on with this because it's 3D, and there's always a little bit of a struggle when you're working with curves. Okay, so I like to start right here because I know that this piece is meant to go right there in the middle of that heart, okay? So what you're gonna do is start right there, and you're gonna hot glue these tabs on the outside, okay? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue right there, and I'm going to place this heart center right here in the center and just put down the first piece on this side, and then I'm gonna do it also on this side, okay? And then I'm going to do it on this other side as well, just to make sure it's in place. These first couple little tabs matter the most. Just to get everything started. Okay, so it looks funny, but that's how you get it started. Now you're going to bend around and then glue down. So we're just gonna start on one side and just put a couple of dabs. I don't like to force too many at a time because it can really mess up the paper. And just do a couple at a time and then push those down and then move them around. You can see this is not hard, it's just a little bit precarious. Like, you're just going to want to be pretty tight about it. Same on this side. Move those tabs up. Okay. So then you'll have a little tab here at the bottom, and you can put a little glue on that and then glue that into place. Okay, one piece done. Doesn't look that pretty, but that's why we've got stuff to cover it. Okay, we're gonna go all the way around the other side of this little heart. Just put a few pieces down at a time. Okay, final tab here. Push that down into place. Okay, I have a gluey, stringy mess, but that really is the hardest part right there. It's gonna sit like that. So what I need to do is make sure I put these on the correct side. So I'm gonna glue it like this on this side, and I'm just gonna use hot glue. And glue this side of the house down. And then same deal on this side. And Isn't that cute? Cutest little heart house. Okay, so we have all our pieces, so I'm just going to show you how I would assemble this. Now, this is the fun part because you can get really creative. So I've got a couple of darling little houses here. I have this fence piece that's like a little heart fence, so you can fold this back and glue it. They're not meant to attach to one another. They're just meant to be little, like, I don't know, vignettes to go along with your houses. All right, so I've got this little house. So you're just gonna wanna pre-arrange all of your pieces, and you could make, of course, so many more pieces to add to this. I've got a few little flowers here that I'm gonna add. And then I have a few extra leaves, just these pieces that I just finger press and put them in. So I'm going to add these and try to figure out where the best place is for these to go. And I do like my little villages to be really filled out. I also like to see everything. So I know you can't see it from overhead, but I'm looking at it from this way because I just want to see what it looks like, if that makes sense. So you're going to lay this whole thing out and then you're going to glue it in. I'm going to make more flowers and add those to the list, maybe more trees, and lay it out and glue everything into place. Okay, I have hot glue everything down, and it's kind of hard to see from the top. I just mostly want to show you how I laid it out. I laid it out so you were looking at it this way. If you wanted to put this in the center of a table, like on a cake plate, then you maybe move all your houses and move them out. But I'm just going to show you. So if you were looking at it straight on, this is what you would see. Isn't that so cute? And you could, of course, add more flowers, more trees. You can see how I've set up the fences so you can see them all easily, but you could add fences along the edge or, you know, create little vignettes. But look how cute that turned out. And I'm excited to showcase this for Valentine's Day. I hope you have a chance to make one. Make sure and subscribe and like this video. And I should have more tutorials for you in the coming weeks.